I frequently see clients seeking to lose weight. As a health coach and as an integrative physician, I know that losing weight is not that easy. And by the time someone comes to see me, they've often spent considerable amount of time, effort, and money trying to lose weight. We know from research that dieting tends to cause a yo-yo kind of process in which over a year or two later, often we gain the weight back and we gain a little bit more. So in a narrative health coaching model, we look to bring the whole person into the conversation about losing weight. When I say the whole person, the map that we use tends to look at the experience that I'm having around my body and in my life, the behaviors that I do that reinforce overeating. I also look at the social setting, the cultural settings. Perhaps food was used as a form of taking care and love, or perhaps it's common in an ethnic tradition to eating to be equal to love. And then, of course, there's just the basic overall structure of the way our lives are organized, in which, the food that's out on the table in an office place, or the food that's most successful in my house is food that I gain weight, so I tend to overeat it, or food that causes me to eat too much. Narrative health coaching really seeks to look at and bring that story into the conversation about how I understand my weight and how I might lose weight. I am also an integrative physician, and I particularly use homeopathy as my technique, as well as nutritional medicine, to support weight loss. And so I found something really interesting when I was working with homeopathy, which is there turns out to be a remedy made of sugar, or white sugar. That remedy is called Saccharum officinalis. And homeopathy, just a quick thing about homeopathy, because you've probably heard of it, and you've heard that the remedies are made of, what are they made of? So what Samuel Hahnemann figured out as the original homeopath in the early 19th century is that he could, through this process, leave the substance behind and bring out the healing energetic qualities. So when I say Saccharum officinalis, the homeopathic remedy, I'm talking about the medicine made from sugar. But it's not actually anymore the sugar that gives you calories and fats. So as I started to study homeopathy and Saccharum officinalis, there's this actual system called Inspiring Homeopathy. And I began to unravel the relationship between sugar and how love comes in and out of my life. So I want to tell you a little bit about what I've come to understand. It seems that with sugar, there's a way in which I may not feel like I get the love that I want, or I may not be capable of receiving love, which could be because of the way I was raised, or it could be because I've been hurt so many times, or it could be because my expectations are so high. But somehow, when I don't experience the kind of heart-opening love in my life, sugar has taught me, I reach for sugar to self-soothe. So when I eat ice cream, perhaps when I'm having a bad day, or perhaps when I want to reward myself, it's a way of giving myself love. Sound familiar? So what I'm come to understand is that through the use of homeopathic sugar, okay, I actually can begin to disrupt this behavior cycle of replacing love in my life by eating sugar, with actually doing more of an investigation into how do I receive love, how am I open to receiving love, how do I take care of myself in such a way that when I want to have more love in my life, I don't use sweets and sugar as a replacement. It's really a fascinating process, and I'd like to invite you to learn more about it. I'm giving a free talk on June 29th at 3 p.m. That's online. It's at a show called Be the Change Show, which is hosted by Kelly Meager. Kelly and I will be having a conversation. It's free and open to all, and it's called Inspiring Homeopathy, Sugar, and the Search for Love. In this conversation, you'll hear Kelly and I will discuss just how this process works of understanding how sweets and love get kind of into this intermesh relationship, and how through Sacrum Officinalis I can begin to unravel that self. And using narrative health coaching and Sacrum Officinalis, I can begin to become aware of just how to find a deeper connection and a deeper availability for love in my life, and then not have sweets be so much a part of the way that I receive and take love in. Often when people use homeopathic sugar, Sacrum Officinalis, they find that they have much deeper lasting connections, and they have a much easier time being the ideal weight that they want to be. It's a fascinating process that I lead people through, and so again, I invite you to join Kelly and I in a conversation this Wednesday, June 29th, 3 to 4 or 3 to 4:30 online. Be the Change show, and I'm sure the link that is below this video will take you there so you can find out about it. It's no charge, and I hope you can join us.